fourth game, Miami at Texas A&M. It was in College Station, Texas. It was very competitive. It was very defensive oriented. There was no score at halftime. It was very neck and neck. Very good competition. It was a great matchup. At the very end, they both finally started to score, and it got to that point where Miami was just a little bit ahead of the game in terms of points. But Texas A&M had the ball, and they were driving downfield, ready to score and win the game. At the very end, the quarterback threw an interception in the touchdown area, and that ended the game. It would be easy to say A&M choked, or they flopped at the very end. They blew it. Yes, you could say that. But the key, when we talk about leadership, the point of the coaches, every coach, I say this of the head coaches, I am the head coach. The point of every coach is to put your team in a position to win. That's what I was saying. James Madison, Tulane, their coaches did everything they could. Here, I would argue Texas A&M also put their team up in a position to win. This was not a leadership failure from my standpoint. It was an execution failure. They didn't execute the play. And not only did they not execute the touchdown pass, but it got intercepted, which ended the game altogether on one play. Okay, the system worked, but the execution failed on that. Okay, again, this is very different than the Oklahoma collapse. They collapsed emotionally. That's a leadership issue. Here, it's different. Leadership failure, execution failure are very different. What can leaders control? They can control being prepared. They can control your position, your response to situations. That's what leaders can control. They cannot control the outcome. When I think about the Marine Corps, I cannot control the outcome of the mission, but I can prepare. I can train my Marines. I can prepare for a mission. I can rehearse it. We do everything it takes. And then being ready, everyone ready, everything ready, all the gear. The amount of gear we have is outrageous. You don't know unless you live in the Marine Corps, you live in the military, the amount of gear that we have to have prepared. And you go out and you do it, but you cannot guarantee the outcome. That's why we put so much emphasis on the systems that we create beforehand. And as we build up to it, leaders cannot guarantee outcomes. And I think the A&M coach did what he could to get them ready for a position to win. So very different outcome.